What is up? Welcome back to my channel. This is the first time I'm filming a video, like a sit-down video, in many months, and so it feels a little weird. I haven't just like spoken directly to camera in like a minute. I've filmed a couple of vlogs and whatnot, but it feels good to just sit down and talk to you guys. So I thought I would do a Q&A just to catch you guys up and give you a little insight into my life and what's been up and what I've been doing. Before we get into it, today's video is sponsored by Ubisoft in promotion of Riders Republic. I will talk about that a little bit later. We are here in my Los Angeles apartment and I've been here for like kind of a minute now. What is it? October 21st? Holy shit, it's October 21st. I've been here for like 2.5 months, so I wanted to give you guys a little bit update, a little insight into my life. I asked you to ask me questions on Instagram, so let's just dive right into it. First question that makes a lot of sense is, why did you move to LA? As you guys know, if you've been following me for a minute, I used to live here before the pandemic, and then I went home to Maui during the pandemic, and now I'm back. I'm here because I am an actor and an artist, and I'm here to pursue those things. And I just honestly love LA, you guys. Like, I feel like I'm actually getting to know this place. I'm getting to know people on a deeper level. I'm getting to connect with people and like really finding people that I feel like are my people for the first time being here. Like last time I was here, I didn't really feel like I got to know LA on a personal level, and now in the last 2 months, I've really been able to explore and actually find what feels good. And also now that I'm like openly queer and out and connecting with people in the queer community, I just feel like I'm finding my family, and it feels really good. I like get a little bit emotional because like when I think about where I'm at in my life, I was dreaming of this, for years, like feeling really comfortable in who I am and feeling comfortable in my space and with the people that I'm surrounding myself with and the work that I'm doing, and I feel like I'm really getting to that place. Yeah, I moved here to pursue acting. I am doing that, so, catch your boy on the big screen. For the most part, I've been doing music videos and commercials, and, working my way towards film and TV, so stay tuned for my journey, stay tuned, see what I might embark on. I've been in acting class for about 2 years now, and so I've really just been like working on my craft, and it's something that has really become an integrated part of my life, and I just want to tell stories. I want to play characters that, I feel like need to be represented, whether that be queer characters, coming of age stories. Like, I really want to do it all. So that's kind of why I'm here. There's also just a lot more opportunity here for the brand work that I'm doing, as well as just connecting with other influencers and other people in entertainment. It's just the place to be for connecting and being in this industry. Are you getting into film photography? Yes, I am. I have been shooting a lot of film. I will insert some here. I've always loved film photography, and I've always loved being shot on film, but now actually shooting film has been so much fun. I'm really falling in love with it. I don't know too much about it, but I'm learning day by day, and every time I get film back, it literally feels like Christmas. Film is really fun, and I would highly suggest just like getting a point and shoot and shooting film, because it just feels really, really good. How many tattoos do you have? I have 12 tattoos. It's kind of getting up there, but I'm taking a break. I'm taking it slow because I'm trying to be an actor, and I don't want to like be fully tattooed because then they're always gonna have to cover them up. So I'm taking a break, but I've got a decent amount of tattoos. Maybe I'll do a little tattoo tour if you guys want. It'd be kind of a short video though, because they're mostly small, but they also all have meanings, so let me know if you want that, and I will definitely film it for you guys. How do you know a career is the right one for you? That's a good question. I think when it feels like, yes, I'm still working, but it's something that you can go to work and feel good about it, and you feel like this is providing something, or this is fulfilling me in some way. You need to be like enjoying what you're doing. So like, you have to find something that feels good. And also, we need to remember that we do not have to pick one career. Like, it's very much ingrained into our heads as we're growing up that we have to like just pick a career and just have one career your whole life. And the reality of the situation is that you can be many things in your life. You can wear many hats. You can do it all. Obviously we need to pay our bills, but it's a lot more important to like feel good about what you're doing and feel good in yourself and your body and your experience while working. So yes, maybe you have to like find a job, just to pay rent and pay your bills and everything until you're able to do something else, but always work towards finding a place where you can feel good and make money. Tips to not fall into seasonal depression. Obviously, I'm not like a licensed therapist or anything. This is just from my own personal experience, because I also tend to fall into seasonal depression. But if you know you have the tendency to fall into seasonal depression, being aware of that is already a great first step. And so if you're able to implement some things that can kind of prevent that from happening, you're in a good place. So, creating habits before, you know, it gets really cold, and creating habits that will keep you, you know, uplifted. So whether that be journaling, meditating, yoga, going on walks, drawing, creating art, whatever a hobby is that you can kind of rely on and use almost as a coping mechanism to know like, hey, like I have this tendency, or sometimes I fall into a seasonal depression. What positive habits can I put in place before that even happens? Do you still question your sexuality, or do you feel more certain now? I got a lot of questions about sexuality, and everyone's like, how do you label yourself? Like, are you bi? Are you gay? Are you queer? Are you pan? Like, what is your label? And I've kind of found that labels are not really for me. They're for other people to help understand me and help understand you. And I know that some people feel really, really good and secure in labels, so I don't want to take that away from anyone. And also, like, finding your community within the queer community is really beautiful, because like I understand that the lesbian experience is very different from the bisexual experience, and the gay experience is different from both of those. So I know that they're different, but I exist very much in the rainbow. I was gonna say gray area, but I really exist within the rainbow because my sexuality and my gender are both fluid. I still question my sexuality, but I'm learning to feel comfortable within the fluidity, because I don't really fall into one singular category at all. But as much as I question it, it's more about finding what feels good and following what feels good. Don't be afraid to switch up your labels. It's your life. Live it for you. Do you have any fun projects coming out soon? Yes, I do. So I was part of this thing called Riders Relay in promotion of a Ubisoft game that's coming out soon, which is called Riders Republic. It's actually coming out next week on the 28th. It is an incredible, massive multiplayer playground that is super unique, that has biking, snowboarding, and wingsuit sports. So my friends and I decided that we should have a kickoff party and create something really fun in promotion of the game. So this is something that we actually filmed last year, but in promotion of the game coming out, we decided to have what's called a Riders Relay. Pretty much it is just an epic race. We have two teams competing, one which is my team, the Mountain Maniacs, and then the other team, which is the Downhill Derelicts. You guys will see it next week in the actual race. On my team, the Mountain Maniacs, we have Spencer Barton, Olivia Mex, Zexy Zek, and myself. And then on the other team, the Downhill Derelicts, there is Chris Chan, Billy Perry, Nick Pro, and Juicy M. You guys, this game is so much fun. I'm so excited. The massive multiplayer playground is so fun because you can do so many different things. You can play so many different games within the game. I especially love this format of game because you can compete with your friends online all over the world. So that's what we're kind of bringing to life in this Riders Relay video, because we were all over the world when we filmed it. So Riders Relay will be free to play until the 27th, so don't miss out. Check the link in my description down below, and then make sure to grab a full copy of the game on October 28th. I'm so excited for you guys to play this game. It is so much fun. I'm also really excited for you guys to see this video because it was such a fun project to be a part of. It'll be out next week. As for other projects I'm working on, so I know you guys saw the Zolita music video. There might be a sequel, not saying anything else. How did you find your style? Just taking style from other people, like literally just being like, I like that, I'm gonna try and wear something like that. And then obviously not copy it directly, but just kind of find something like that and then wear it. See if it feels good, see if I like how it feels on me, and then continue doing that. I think when I first came out, I thought that like dressing boyishly was like what was feeling best, but then I realized like, hey, like I actually want to like dress for my body and my shape, so I've kind of like found an androgynous style that fits like more of my body type. And I think dressing for your body type is definitely like crucial and beautiful and creates like a lovely silhouette. So I've been focusing more on silhouettes and like shape and how things actually fit me versus like the type of clothing, because I wore like very like boyish boxy clothes for a minute and I was like, this looks cool, like I like the tomboyish look, but I prefer something that's a little bit more flattering to my body, shows me off a little bit, because as I become more comfortable in my body and my gender, like I'm starting to love my shape and my body, so I'm kind of trying to highlight that more. So I think my tips for like finding your style would be going on Pinterest, pinning a big board, seeing what feels good, being like, yo, like I think that would look good on me, and then just going thrifting and finding pieces like that and then trying it out. And if you don't like it, then you can just donate it back to the thrift or sell it on Depop or whatever. And that's definitely a lot more sustainable way to kind of like try out different styles and find different styles. Are you guys bringing back skinny dipping? Yes, we are. I've been in this sort of like transitional period of my life, moving to LA and everything, and Kayla's still living back in Maui, so we had to like figure out a timing that worked for both of our schedules to record, but we're recording first week of November, so should be out probably December the 3rd season of our podcast. We have a lot of really fun things planned for it and fun guests. I'm excited to be recording for the podcast again because I just love longer form content like that. But yeah, so stay tuned for that. And if you haven't listened to the first 2 seasons of our podcast, make sure to check it out. Skinny Dipping, it's available on all streaming platforms, and I'll have it linked down below too. What is the hardest lesson that you've had to learn? Everything is going to come to an end at some point, and that change is inevitable. Cherish people when they're in your life because you don't know how long they're going to be there, and not to like create an attachment to them because that you might lose them, but to know like, hey, like I get to experience this love with this person or this experience with this person, and it could change, and I'm aware of that. You know, it's like that's something I've kind of had to learn over and over, is like everything is fleeting. Everything is going to change. And if you're aware of that, then you start to appreciate everything a little bit more. What do you look for in a partner? I look for someone who is independent, free-spirited, outgoing, loving, caring, funny, matches my humor, sarcastic, likes to travel. How are you doing with body neutrality still? This is definitely kind of more of the practice that I practice versus like body positivity. If you don't know what body neutrality is, it's kind of the practice of just seeing your body as a vessel and as, you know, sort of the vehicle that carries you around versus like the physical body and like what it looks like. And I just like really appreciate my body for what it does for me, and the fact that I can go surf and skate and hike and dance, and I really appreciate that aspect of my body more than its like physical attributes. So yes, still practicing body neutrality, and I would highly recommend you guys practice it too. We talk a lot about it on my podcast actually, so go give it a listen if you're interested in that. All right, guys, well that is it for today's video. I really hope you enjoyed, and if you did, make sure to give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe down below. Check me out on Instagram, on TikTok, my podcast, and of course, make sure to check out the game. You can play it free in the description down below up until the 27th, and then make sure to get the full game on the 28th, Riders Republic. It's super fun, check it out. And also make sure to come back next week for the full Riders Relay video. It's gonna be super fun. I love you guys so much. Thank you for supporting me. Thank you for staying with me, sticking with me, following me on my journey. You guys are the best. Like I literally could not have a better freaking fan base. Like I love you guys with my whole freaking heart, and I will see you in the next video.